Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing, what if Ash was betrayed by his friends? Ash Ketchum is betrayed by most of his friends after a grave tragedy. He leaves Pallet Town with Serena and vows to destroy them on his return. But can he? Will he survive and come back stronger? A bit OP Ash and Serena and a lot of battles. With that out of the way, let's begin this what if. Metagross is unable to battle, Sceptile wins. Since Steven has lost all his Pokemon, the winner of the match is Ash. The referee declared, "You were amazing as always." Thank you, Metagross. Now take some nice rest. Steven thanked Metagross, smiling as he returned it to its Pokeball. Ash's Sceptile had reverted to his original form, whom he thanked and recalled to his Pokeball. That was wonderful, Sceptile. Thanks a lot, my friend. Have a good rest for now. It was a great battle, Ash. I really enjoyed it. Me too. That was the best battle I have had in this tournament so far. The two elite trainers shook their hands and waved towards the crowd, showing their appreciation for the support as they went inside to meet their friends. That was a splendid battle. No doubt one of the best we have witnessed so far in this tournament. Our champion Ash joined Cynthia, Serena, and Lance to complete the lineup for the semifinals. But he didn't have it easy, unlike his other battles in this tournament, as he finally lost a Pokemon to our former Hoenn region champion, Steven. The battle was a lot closer than what the scoreline suggests. A couple of moments going the other way would have changed it around to go Steven's way, but having said that, it was still a solid performance from Ash Ketchum. Congratulations to him and hard luck for Steven, whose journey in this tournament has come to an end. So, that is all for today, folks, as we look forward to tomorrow for the much-awaited semifinals. Who will face whom? Stay tuned to our channel as the matchups will be revealed live in half an hour. It's time for me to take off. Have a very good night. The commentator announced, "That was an awesome battle. Congrats, Ash, and you were great too, Steven." Cynthia said, smiling, "That was a lot closer than what the result suggests." Lance commented, "I know a couple of times I felt Steven would have had it, but hard luck, dear boy. And congratulations to you, Ash." Alder said, agreeing to Lance, "Thank you all. I agree, I had my moments, but Ash was clinical as always. Now you have to win the whole thing." Steven said, smiling at Ash, "I plan on that. Thank you, Steven, for the exceptional battle. Well, I think it's time to get some food." Ash said, shaking hands with Steven again. "Battling always makes you hungry, Ash," Bonnie mentioned, rolling her eyes. The group were having food and talking to each other when the television screen showed the news flash regarding the next day's matches. Ladies and gentlemen, after a thrilling day of 4 grand elite battles, we are finally down to the best 4 Pokemon trainers. All the battles showed why these trainers are the top 8 in the world. Here are the results of the extremely exciting quarter-final fixtures. In the first match, the Sinnoh Elite Four former champion Cynthia beat the Kalos Elite Four former champion Diantha in a close-fought match that ended 6-5. The second match, featuring the former Kalos Queen Aria and the current Kalos Queen top coordinator Serena, ended with Serena taking the victory, but it finally ended her streak of winning without losing a Pokemon, as the match ended 6-2. In the third match, the Unova Elite Four former champion Alder lost to the Kanto Johto Elite Four former champion Lance in an extremely tight match that featured 4 double knockouts, ending in 6-5. And in the final match of the day, the Hoenn Elite Four former champion Steven suffered a loss to the champion of the 6 regions, Ash Ketchum, in a match that was way closer than what the scoreline 6-1 suggests. So, semifinals will feature Ash, Serena, Lance, and Cynthia. The battle will be 6-6, just like the quarter-finals. Without further ado, we present on your screens the live draw of the semifinals of the Masters Victory Tournament. The randomizer will choose the matchups for the 2 matches now, live on your screen. In the first match, we have the Kalos Queen, Serena, taking on the previous winner of this tournament, Lance. And the second match of the day will feature the last tournament's runner-up, Cynthia, against the champion of 6 regions, Ash. All the matches will take place in the central arena. Get geared up, everyone, as we are going to witness both the fantastic battles tomorrow. It is going to be one exciting day. On behalf of the Pokemon League and the Masters Victory Tournament, reporter Alexa wishes the trainers their very best. So, ready for tomorrow, Cynthia? After a few moments of silence, Ash was the first to speak up. You bet. It is not going to be one-sided like last time. Cynthia replied smiling, the battle wasn't one-sided last time, just the scoreline. But I am not going to lose this time either. Ash said grinning, we will see about that tomorrow because I am coming with all guns blazing, Cynthia told Ash as the two trainers looked at each other and shook their hands. Serena, I hope you are prepared for tomorrow because I am showing no mercy, Lance told Serena with a smile. I would expect you to as I am giving it all I have got and I am winning it, Serena replied with confidence. Bring it on then, Lance said as they two shook their hands. I am so excited for tomorrow. I don't think I can sleep thinking about your battles. Bonnie said enthusiastically as everyone smiled and laughed at the younger girl's eagerness. All the best four of you. It is surely going to be an exciting day. Clement commented as the others wished them luck too. After talking for some time, Alder said, I know you all are going to do your best. I think everyone should get some sleep after all the tiring battles today. Yes. Let's all call it a day. I am sure you four require a much-needed rest before tomorrow. Grace commented as everyone agreed. They all said their goodbyes and retired to their respective rooms for the night. Ash and Serena's suite. Have you decided about tomorrow's Pokemon? Ash asked after they freshened up, getting ready to sleep. Yes, more or less. I know Lance mostly uses dragon types. Against you in both the championship matches, he used all 6 dragon types and, in this tournament, also he has used Pokemon of the same type except his Charizard. So, I am almost prepared for the match even if I know he will have some tricks up his sleeve. I have a couple of Pokemon for any surprises that he might have. So, let's hope everything goes to plan. Serena replied as she considered all her options and the probable strategy of her opponent. It will. You will be great, I am sure of it. Ash said with an assuring smile. Thanks. So, have you decided who you are going to choose against Cynthia? Serena questioned as she moved to the bed. I have chosen a couple of my Pokemon with whom I am going to battle with, but the thing is, Cynthia has used only 6 Pokemon in this tournament so far, the 6 she used against Diantha, the same 6 she had used against me in our championship match. I am sure she will have bombshells to drop tomorrow. I am kind of keeping my bases covered to tackle anything. But I am sure it is going to be much tougher than last time. Ash said, thinking about the possibilities of the battle. He was yet to choose from a few Pokemon for a couple of spots. He wasn't pondering much on Cynthia's likely strategies though. He was going to play to his strengths. It will all be alright. Let's get some sleep. We have to be full energy tomorrow. Serena said as they went to sleep. Yeah. You are right. Ash said and switched off the lights as the couple retired for the night. Good night Ash, good night Serena, ready for today? Cynthia asked the champion couple. Absolutely, Ash replied, grinning. Let's give it our all, Lance said. You can count on it, Serena commented as the four did a group fist bump. Where are the others? Ash asked, searching for their friends. Hey, guys, Arya said to the four. Here they are, Cynthia said as the rest of the group joined them. Are you all prepared for your battles? I can't wait till 10 o'clock for your match. Bonnie exclaimed. Calm down Bonnie, Clement told his sister who was too excited to witness the matches. Good morning everyone. Hope you four are ready. My best wishes are with all of you. Grace said to the four trainers. Thank you, Grace. Cynthia and Lance thanked her. Thanks, Mom. Serena and Ash said as they hugged her. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the semifinals of the Masters Victory Tournament. This is the day we are going to find the 2 strongest trainers in the world who will clash in the finals. Will it be the Sinnoh Elite Four and former champion, the previous runner-up of the tournament, Cynthia? Or will it be the Elite Four and former champion of Kanto Johto? As well as the former winner of this tournament, Lance? Or is the 5-time top coordinator and Kalos Queen, Serena, going to take the title? Or will it be the champion of the 6 regions, Ash? All your questions will be answered by the end of the day by the 2 thrilling matches that we are about to witness. The first match between Serena and Lance will start momentarily. And the second match between Cynthia and Ash will take place at 4 in the evening. Now, without any further delay, let's call the trainer for the first match of the semifinals. On the red side, we have the 5-time top coordinator winning the grand festivals in Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sin no Unova, as well as claiming the title of Kalos Queen. Serena. Facing her today, on the green side, the winner of this tournament 10 years ago defending his title, the Elite Four and former champion of Kanto Johto, Lance. It is going to be an electrifying match to decide our first finalist. So, stick to your seats and screen people and enjoy the battle. The commentator announced, this match is going to be between Serena and Lance. It will be a 6-on-6 battle with substitutions allowed at all times. The trainer to lose 6 Pokemon first will be out of the tournament. In case of a draw, the trainers will battle in a 1-on-1 contest style match. The randomizer will now choose the trainer to send their Pokemon first. The referee announced the rules. The computer screen showed the green side trainer to reveal the first Pokemon. The randomizer chose the green side, so Lance will choose the first Pokemon. Let's get this match started. Salamence, it's time to battle. Lance revealed his Pokemon, it's time for your graceful presence, my dear. Togekiss, come on out. Serena called her first Pokemon, let the battle begin. The referee declared the start of the battle. Salamence, use Flamethrower. Lance took the first offensive move at Togekiss, used Tri-Attack to block it. Serena called the countermeasure as the two attacks collided midair, use Aerial Ace. Salamence used the flying type move, intercepted with extreme speed. The extreme speed hit Salamence before it could land the Aerial Ace. However, Lance was ready for the next move. Now, Steel Wing, Ancient Power. The Steel-type and Rock-type attacks hit their respective targets as both Pokemon took damage from the super-effective attacks. Use Flamethrower again. Lance called the next attack, dodge it with extreme speed. Serena was prepared for this, and as soon as Togekiss evaded the Flamethrower, she called the next move. Use Play Rough, use Steel Wing. Both Pokemon landed their attacks as they winced in pain. Draining Kiss. Togekiss was the first to recover and went for the attack, Steel Wing, again. Before Togekiss could land the attack, Salamence had countered it. Serena had to retract, but she had a plan to deal with it. Dodge with extreme speed and use Draining Kiss. This time, the Draining Kiss landed perfectly, allowing it to restore some of its energy. Salamence, can you go on? Salamence was still unwilling to give up. Good, then use Dragon Claw, attack with Play Rough. The Fairy-type attack should have been super effective had it not been for the next move. Now, use Steel Wing. Salamence blocked the Play Rough with the Dragon Claw as the Steel Wing hit Togekiss perfectly, who grimaced in agony. Togekiss, are you alright? Serena asked. As she got a positive nod from Togekiss, she called the next attack. Time to end this then. Use extreme speed, counter with Aerial Ace. Lance was ready for the defense. Stop. Use Ancient Power. Togekiss stopped midair, avoiding the Aerial Ace as the super-effective Rock-type move hit Salamence. But Serena didn't stop there as she continued attacking. Now, Fairy Wind. Salamence, use Flamethrower all over. Lance called the next attack to counter the incoming Fairy Wind, extreme speed. It was not in defense. Serena had planned to end the match with the next move, get ready with Steel Wing. Salamence was ready to hit Togekiss with the Steel-type attack as soon as the extreme speed came near or landed on him, dodge and finish with Play Rough. Togekiss moved to the side as it evaded the Steel Wing and landed the super-effective Fairy-type attack on Salamence, who fell on the ground. Salamence is unable to battle. Togekiss wins. The referee announced, you did a great job, Salamence. Take a long rest. Lance said to his Pokemon as he recalled it into its Pokeball, I have got to say, Serena, that was really what I had expected from our battle. Now, I am winning the next round. The Pokemon Master told the Kalos Queen with a smile as he sent out his next Pokemon, Flygon, it's your turn to battle, we are not going down either. As a matter of fact, we are just getting warmed up. Togekiss, let's continue, let the battle begin. Togekiss used Fairy Wind. Serena called the first attack and she was on offense as she knew even with the type advantage, Togekiss would not be able to hold on for long. Counter it with Bug Buzz. The move successfully countered the Fairy-type move, use extreme speed, wait for it. Now, Thunder Punch. Lance waited for the last moment to give the command, Draining Kiss. Togekiss tried to move out of the way but was caught on the wing with Thunder Punch. However, it successfully landed the super effective fairy-type move on its target, Thunder Punch again. Flygon felt the effect of the draining kiss but prepared to launch another Thunder Punch, dodge it with extreme speed and try attack. Togekiss was fast enough to use extreme speed to dodge and launch the next attack, block it with Dragon Pulse. The Dragon Pulse blocked the incoming attack and went past the point of collision of the moves. Towards its opponent, take the attack and move forward. Knowing that Dragon-type moves were ineffective against her Pokémon, Serena told Togekiss to move forward, Thunder Punch once more. Lance once again waited till late to call his attack. Serena knew that Togekiss would not survive for more than one attack and decided to play it roughly by taking it and landing an attack of her own. Play rough. Togekiss took the Thunder Punch but not before landing the super effective attack on its opponent, who winced in pain. Nonetheless, Togekiss had taken way too much damage to fight any longer. As it fainted, Togekiss is unable to battle. Flygon wins. The referee declared, "You were absolutely amazing, Togekiss. Take a nice rest." Serena thanked Togekiss and returned it to its Pokeball. Kingdra, it's time to battle. She called her next Pokemon Flygon. Let's start with Dragon Pulse. Lance called the first Dragon-type move. Kingdra, use your Dragon Pulse to counter. Kingdra countered the attack with its move. It seemed both Pokemon were equal in power. Now, use Bulldoze. Flygon went forward towards its target. Stop it with Hydro Pump. Serena called the next attack, which stopped Flygon in its tracks. Alright, use Earthquake. Lance called the next move. Use Hydro Pump on the ground and propel yourself up. Serena used the power of Hydro Pump to propel her Pokemon up into the air as it avoided the earthquake. Flygon, use Dragon Claw now. Lance went for a head-on attack. Take it and Ice Beam. Serena waited as Kingdra took some damage and then called the next attack. Get out of there. Flygon unsuccessfully tried to dodge and winced in pain as the attack hit it. It took a lot of damage. But it recovered surprisingly quickly as Lance called the next move. Use Dragon Pulse once more. Dragon Pulse to block it. The two attacks collide in the air once more, negating each other. Use Thunder Punch. Flygon went ahead for another attack, counter it with Iron Head. Serena called her next move to defend the Thunder Punch. Dragon Claw with your other hand. The Dragon Claw hit its target as Kingdra flinched in pain. Use Ice Beam again. Serena called the super effective attack. Dodge it. Flygon almost dodged it but got it on the tail and suffered some more damage. This is going too long. Let's end this. Kingdra. Use Outrage. Serena called the next move, wanting to end the battle. Flygon, we are not backing down. Use Outrage. Lance decided to attack head-on instead of dodging as both the Pokemon collided and winced in pain. Once more. Kingdra, Outrage, go again. Flygon, Outrage. The two trainers called the attack again as both Pokemon managed to hit their target. They were panting and their trainers knew there was not much time left in the battle or energy in their Pokemon. Use Outrage. Both trainers called the attack once more as their Pokemon hit each other as they fell on the ground. Still, both Kingdra and Flygon were unwilling to give up as they tried to get up. But in the end, Flygon fainted as Kingdra stood up. Flygon is undashed. The referee had not even completed his statement as Kingdra could not stand anymore and fainted. Both Pokemon are unable to battle. This round ends in a draw. The people in the stadium, who were all silent till Kingdra fainted, went berserk. It turned out to be one exciting semifinal. The trainers returned their respective Pokemon, thanking them for the amazing battle. Trainers, send out your next Pokemon. Both trainers sent their Pokemon at the same time. It's time for your turn, Charizard. Lance called out his third Pokemon. It's time to take the stage, my dear. Serena sent out her graceful soloist Pokemon. Lance slightly grunted as he knew he was at a disadvantage. Charizard, use Air Slash. He called the first move. Primarina, use Hyper Voice. The Hyper Voice was so loud and powerful that the Air Slash could not reach its target. Now, use Acrobatics. Charizard used another flying type attack. Counter it with Aqua Jet. Serena countered with Aqua Jet as the two attacks hit their opponents and caused Charizard to take some damage. Thunder Punch with full power. Lance used this moment to successfully call the attack, which landed on its target. Primarina took some damage but then managed to ignore the pain, but Serena was not impressed as her Pokemon took damage. use Sparkling Aria, Serena called the signature move of her Pokemon, block it with Flamethrower. The Flamethrower blocked the incoming attack as the arena was fogged due to the collision of the moves, use Aqua Jet. Serena didn't waste time to call the next attack, Thunder Punch again. Lance waited till the last moment to call the move. But this time Serena was ready for something just like this, left. Primarina changed its direction to evade the electric-type move as Serena called the next attack. Now, Sparkling Aria. The attack hit its target from point-blank range as Charizard winced in pain. Lance decided not to wait longer and use his trump card. Alright, it's time to show them our full power. Charizard, Mega Evolve. Charizard Mega evolved to Mega Charizard Y. Okay, Primarina, use Sparkling Aria. Primarina used its signature move once more, block it with Flamethrower. Again, the arena was fogged, use Moonblast. The Fairy-type move was not very effective, but it was just a setup from Serena, counter with Air Slash. Mega Charizard Y blocked the Moonblast as Serena called the next move, use Hyper Voice, Charizard, use Acrobatics to dodge and then attack with Thunder Punch. Mega Charizard Y almost successfully dodged the Hyper Voice and proceeded towards its opponent, dodge it and use Sparkling Aria. Primarina hit Mega Charizard Y's tail, who managed to avoid the direct hit as Serena called the move again. Now, Sparkling Aria once more, use Flamethrower once more. The result of the collision of the attacks was the same as the previous two times, Moonblast. Serena tried to lay the trap once more as Lance took a different route as his Pokemon was closer to its opponent than the last time, dodge and use Thunder Punch. Mega Charizard Y launched another Thunder Punch, Primarina, Hyper Voice, Serena called the move which slowed down Mega Charizard Y but it still went forwards. Dodge and Hydro Pump. The momentary time advantage that Primarina got was enough to evade the attack and land its super effective move on its target with perfection. Charizard, can you battle? Mega Charizard Y gave an affirmative nod to its trainer who called the next attack. Use Acrobatics, use Ice Beam. The Ice Beam managed to hit one of the wings of Mega Charizard Y, now, Thunder Punch. Mega Charizard Y once again moved in to land another Thunder Punch, Aqua Jet. This time Serena decided to get offensive rather than dodging. The Thunder Punch and Aqua Jet hit their targets as the two Pokemon winced in pain. Primarina was the first to recover as Serena called the next attack, Sparkling Aria, Flamethrower. Once more, the same result. However, this time Aria was ready for the next move, Hydro Pump. The Pokemon were too close as the attack hit Charizard who could not dodge in time. Lance knew his Pokemon would not last for long now. So, he went for one last attack head-on. Come on Charizard, use Flare Blitz and Thunder Punch, take it and use Hydro Pump. Serena also decided to end the battle as quickly as possible as Primarina had also taken a lot of damage, not like Mega Charizard Y but still enough to last for maybe a couple of attacks more. Hence, she asked Primarina to take the attack and land the Water-type move on Mega Charizard Y. She had full confidence in her Pokemon who rightly repaid her faith. Charizard is unable to battle. Primarina wins. The referee announced as Mega Charizard Y reverted to Charizard, you did a great job, Charizard. Now, take some rest. Lance thanked his Pokemon as he sent out his next one. The real battle is just getting started Serena, and here is my next partner. Come on out my friend. Lance told Serena, smiling as he called out his next Pokemon, you were awesome, Primarina. You deserve a good rest for now. I might need you later. Serena thanked Primarina and recalled it to its Pokeball. She looked towards Lance and his Pokemon smiling, if that's how you want a battle, here is my next Pokemon. Ampharos, it's time to battle. Gyarados, use Dragon Dance. Gyarados increased its attack power and speed. Ampharos, use Thunder. Serena called the attack trying to hit her opponent's Pokemon before it completed the move, dodge it and use Hydro Pump. Gyarados just managed to dodge the attack and launched a powerful Hydro Pump. Use Thunder to counter. The Thunder managed to end the attack, use Hydro Pump. Once more, Lance called out the attack again, dodge and use Zap Cannon. Serena waited till the last moment to give her command as Ampharos dodged and fired the Zap Cannon, use Hydro Pump to block it. Gyarados used Hydro Pump once more to block the attack, power up the Zap Cannon by using Thunder on it. The thunder powered up the zap cannon as the ball of electricity ripped through the water-type attack, moving towards its target, Dodge It Gyarados. Lance tried to hold off the attack, but the electric-type move approached his Pokémon. He directed Gyarados to dodge the attack, but the zap cannon was too close and hit the side of Gyarados' body as it felt the effects of the move. Now use Dragon Pulse. Serena didn't wait for Gyarados to get settled as she called the next move, Block It with Hydro Pump. The Hydro Pump was able to block the attack, use Thunder and get in close. Ampharos used Thunder and started running towards Gyarados, dodge it and use Ice Beam. Lance called the attack as Gyarados was about to be hit by the super effective move, he dodged and used Zap Cannon. Ampharos dodged the Ice Beam and used Zap Cannon as it went closer to Gyarados, use Ice Beam. The Ice Beam managed to block the incoming attack, but by now, Ampharos was close enough to Gyarados to cause real problems. Ampharos, Zap Cannon. Gyarados tried to move out of the way, but the attack landed. Gyarados winced in pain. Well, it seems we have got to show our full power. Gyarados, Mega Evolve. Lance had waited long enough. Now, it was time to show his full power. Ampharos used Dragon Pulse. Serena called the next attack, counter with Hydro Pump. After Mega Evolution, the increase in power of Gyarados was evident. Now, use Thunder. Ampharos used Thunder on its opponent, Ice Beam. Lance called the move that successfully countered the Thunder, use Wild Charge. The attacks were not working from a distance. So, Serena decided to get closer, use Hurricane to stop it. Gyarados used a powerful Hurricane that stopped Ampharos in its tracks. Thunder. Serena called the next move. Use Hyper Beam. This time Lance decided to unleash the powerful attack as Ampharos was much closer due to the failed Wild Charge, dodge it Ampharos. Ampharos tried to dodge the attack, but the Hyper Beam hit its mark as Ampharos felt the effects of the move. Serena knew that she would be at a disadvantage against Ice Beam if she used her trump card, but she needed the power if she wanted to win this round. I can see your increased power due to Mega Evolution. It's time for us to stop holding back too. Ampharos, let's unleash the power of our bond, Mega Evolve. Now, Mega Ampharos has become an electric dragon type. Gyarados, use Ice Beam. Lance didn't waste a moment as he called the super effective move. Ampharos, block it with Thunder. The Thunder blocked the incoming Ice Beam and the increase in power of Ampharos could be felt, use Hyper Beam. Lance unleashed the attack again, but Serena was prepared this time, dodge and use Zap Cannon. Ampharos dodged the attack at the last moment and used the electric-type move. The attack hit its target as Gyarados required some time to recharge after the Hyper Beam. Serena hoped to land another attack as she called the next move. Now, use Thunder, dodge it and use Crunch. Gyarados dodged this time and used Crunch. Ampharos, use Wild Charge. Serena decided to attack head-on, but Lance had different plans, Ice Beam. Gyarados stopped midway and used Ice Beam, which hit its target. Ampharos, are you alright? Ampharos had taken some damage but gave a positive reply to its trainer. Serena called the next attack. Use Wild Charge once more, use Ice Beam. Lance waited for his opponent's Pokémon to get closer and called the super effective move, E-Dodge and used Zap Cannon. This time Serena and Ampharos were ready for that as Ampharos dodged and launched the Zap Cannon. The attack was successful from close range as Gyarados winced in pain, use Ice Beam again. Lance knew Gyarados could not go on for long as he called the next move. Moreover, Ampharos looked tired as well even though its condition was better than Gyarados, Thunder. The two attacks collided in the air and cancelled out each other. Now Gyarados, use Crunch. Lance laid the same trap, Wild Charge again. Serena knew what was coming next, but she was confident that Ampharos was close enough to overcome the effect and land its attack, Ice Beam. Gyarados attacked, take it and keep going. Ampharos was already in front of Gyarados and took the attack while landing Wild Charge with all its power. Both Gyarados and Ampharos are unable to battle. The round ends in a draw. Both the Pokémon fainted as the super effective attacks landed on each other. The trainers recalled their Pokémon thanking them for the wonderful battle. They looked at each other, smiled and threw their Pokeballs to reveal their next Pokémon. Trainers, send out your next Pokémon, Arcanine. it's time to take the stage. Serena revealed her fifth Pokemon, Aerodactyl. It's time to battle, Lance called the fossil Pokemon on the battlefield. The referee announced the start of the battle. Arcanine, use Flame Charge. Serena called the first move to attack Aerodactyl, who was hovering just over the ground. Fly up and use Ancient Power. Aerodactyl flew up and used its first move, use Flame Charge and dodge it. Arcanine dodged the attack as the Flame Charge increased its speed. Twice now, use Rock Slide. Aerodactyl, Lance called another Rock-type attack to inflict damage. Flame Charge, once more. Arcanine used Flame Charge once more and dodged the move with its increased speed. Now, use Sky Attack. Lance decided to change his strategy and called the next move, Dodge It and Iron Tail. Arcanine dodged the attack with ease due to its increased speed and attacked with its Steel-type move, Dodge It using Aerial Ace. Aerodactyl barely managed to get away from the attack, but Serena was not about to let that happen. Extreme Speed. The Extreme Speed landed with perfection as Aerodactyl took some damage. Use Aerial Ace, once more. Lance called the attack again, counter with Extreme Speed. Arcanine used the move once more as the two Pokemon collided. Aerodactyl, use Aqua Tail. Lance immediately called the super effective move. But Serena was not dodging this time as it was the perfect opportunity to land the attack. Arcanine, Iron Tail. The two super effective attacks landed on either Pokemon as they both flinched in pain. As soon as they recovered, Lance called the next attack. Now, use Ancient Power. Aerodactyl used the Rock-type move, Dodge It and use Extreme Speed. Arcanine dodged it with ease due to its enhanced speed. Rock Slide, use Extreme Speed and jump on the rocks. Arcanine jumped from rock to rock approaching its opponent without taking a single hit from the falling rocks. As it neared Aerodactyl, Serena called the next attack. Now, Iron Tail, use Aqua Tail. Again, the two attacks hit their respective targets as the Pokemon took a lot of damage. Use Aerial Ace. Aerodactyl, Lance called the attack as Aerodactyl recovered. Arcanine, dodge it with Extreme Speed. Arcanine moved to its side to dodge the attack, turn and use Ancient Power. The Rock-type move approached its target, break it with Iron Tail. Arcanine was able to break the move before it could hit its body. Aerodactyl, use Sky Attack. Lance once again relied on the Flying-type move. Arcanine, use Crunch. Serena called the attack at the last moment as the two attacks hit each other. Now, Aqua Tail, Lance called the move as the two Pokemon were nearby. Dodge and Crunch. Arcanine dodged and landed the Crunch on its opponent. Aerodactyl, use Aqua Tail once more. Iron Tail, Arcanine. The two super effective moves landed as the two Pokemon fell on the ground. The battle stopped momentarily, but eventually, they got up. Use Aerial Ace. Lance was the first to call the attack. Serena did not say anything as Arcanine stood its ground. Just as the attack was about to hit, she gave her instructions. Jump on it. Arcanine jumped on its opponent, who tried to shake it off. Thunder Fawn, the super effective attack, was too much for Aerodactyl, who fell on the ground as Arcanine got off its back. Aerodactyl still tried to fly. Get up, Aerodactyl, Lance shouted in panic. Finish with Iron Tail. Perfect hit. Aerodactyl is unable to battle. Arcanine wins. The referee announced as Aerodactyl fainted. Thank you, Aerodactyl. You were great as usual. Take a good rest. Lance said and returned it to its Pokeball. He looked at Serena and smiled at her as he took out the last Pokeball. I may have been down to my last Pokemon, but the battle is far from over. Serena returned his smile and said, I know that and I am not letting my guard down. I am pretty sure who your last Pokemon is going to be. Of course, you know it. Dragonite, it's time to show them our power. The pseudo-legendary Pokemon landed on the battlefield. Serena called the first attack. Arcanine, let's continue. Use Extreme Speed, dodge at Dragonite and use Dragon Claw. Dragonite just dodged the move and went for its first attack. Use Crunch. Arcanine also attacked as the two moves landed on each other, causing damage to both Pokemon. Use Thunder. Lance called the next attack. Dodge with Extreme Speed. Arcanine dodged the move. Use Dragon Claw once more. Dragonite used the Dragon-type move on its opponent. Block it with Iron Tail. The Iron Tail blocked the Dragon Claw, now use Wing Attack, Crunch again. Serena called the move as both attacks impacted their respective targets, use Dragon Pulse. Lance called the move as Arcanine took more time to recover, use Extreme Speed to dodge. Arcanine dodged the attack just in time due to its increased speed, use Thunder once more. Dragonite used Thunder on its opponent, dodge and use Extreme Speed. This time Arcanine dodged the attack easily as it launched its next move, use Dragon Claw to block it. Dragonite was ready to block the attack as Serena changed the plan, Thunder Fong. Arcanine moved to its side to avoid contact with the Dragon Claw and landed the Thunder Fong. Use Dragon Pulse. Dragonite recovered quickly and used the attack once more, counter it with Flamethrower. Arcanine was too close to dodge the move as Serena called the Fire-type move to block the incoming attack. Arcanine was pushed back due to the recoil because of the impact between the two attacks, use Hurricane. Lance didn't waste time to call the next move, Arcanine, use Extreme Speed to dodge it and then use Crunch. Arcanine dodged it and proceeded to use Crunch, Dragon Claw. Dragonite was hit by the Crunch but landed the attack, causing Arcanine some pain, who was almost on the brink of fainting. Serena knew this, but she wanted to inflict as much damage to Dragonite as possible. Now, use Thunder. Lance watched as Arcanine was still standing as he called the next attack, use Extreme Speed. Arcanine used Extreme Speed to dodge the attack and move towards Dragonite. Dragonite, use Wing Attack. Lance was looking forward to finishing this with the next move, Arcanine, Thunder Fong. Arcanine dodged the Wing Attack with the Extreme Speed and landed the Thunder Fong on Dragonite, who took some damage. But now, Dragonite almost had a free shot on its opponent. Finish this with Dragon Claw. Dragonite landed a powerful hit on its target, who slumped to the ground. Can you go on, Arcanine? Serena asked, concerned as Arcanine tried its best to stand up. Well, use Dragon Pulse. Lance was impressed that Arcanine could still stand after its battle with Aerodactyl, and then Dragonite, as he called the next move, Arcanine, dodge it. Arcanine tried to dodge but was too weak as the attack landed on it. Finally, Arcanine fainted, but it had caused quite some damage to Dragonite already. Arcanine is unable to battle. Dragonite wins. The referee announced, "You did a marvelous job, Arcanine. I am not going to let your hard work go to waste. Take a long rest now." Serena returned Arcanine with a smile as she looked at the Pokeball and thanked it again. Her Pokemon had done so much for her. She was not going to lose it. Alright, here is my final Pokemon. Come on out, Altaria, Serena called her final partner. She was going to use her full power from the start. Dragonite had already taken some damage and she ensured to maintain her upper hand in the battle. Let's show them the true power of our bond, Altaria. Mega Evolve, she said, touching her keystone. Mega Altaria's type changed from Dragon Flying to Dragon Fairy type, which made it immune to Dragon type attacks. Alright Dragonite, let's finish this as quickly as possible. Use Hurricane. Lance called the first move as soon as Altaria Mega Evolved, dodge and use Sky Attack. Serena called the Mega Altaria's first move, who dodged it and flew towards its opponent, counter with Wing Attack. Serena didn't back away from the move as the two attacks hit their targets. Both Pokemon took some damage, but Dragonite felt more pain due to the previous battle with Arcanine. Use Moonblast. As the two Pokemon collided, Serena called the next attack without waiting for a moment, use Thunder to block it. Dragonite was too close to dodge, so Lance called the attack to block the super effective move, Altaria, Moonblast once more. Another Moonblast was launched by Mega Altaria, send it back with Hurricane. The Hurricane sent back the Moonblast towards Mega Altaria, dodge it and use Dragon Rush. Serena called the attack as her Pokemon prepared for another attack, Dragonite. Use Ice Beam now. Lance waited till the last moment to give the command as Mega Altaria could not dodge in time and hit its feathers. That surprised us, but you will need a lot more than that to win, Serena told Lance before calling the next move for Mega Altaria. Altaria, use Sky Attack, Ice Beam again. Lance waited again before calling out the next attack, move right to dodge and keep going. However, Serena was prepared this time as Mega Altaria moved closer, Dragonite, Ice Beam. Dragonite used the same move again, dodge and use Moonblast. Mega Altaria was close to Dragonite, but Serena had expected this as her Pokemon dodged it before sending its Fairy-type move. Dodge it. Dragonite almost dodged completely, but the Moonblast hit its tail, used Dragon Rush, Altaria. Serena called the next move without wasting time. Dragonite used Ice Beam. Lance was getting desperate now as he didn't have many options. Take it and hit it. Serena had full confidence in her Pokemon, who took the hit but landed its attack on its target. Both Pokemon winced in pain, but for Mega Altaria this was the first real damage that it took, while Dragonite had less than half its energy remaining. Now, Moonblast, block it with Ice Beam. The Ice Beam blocked the incoming attack. Use Sky Attack, Altaria. Serena called the next move as her Pokemon flew towards its opponent. Use Thunder. Lance tried a different move as Ice Beam was not working according to his plans. Take it and keep going. The two attacks hit, but Mega Altaria was resistant to electric-type moves and didn't take much damage. Use Wing Attack. Lance called the next move in hope of landing an attack. Dragon Breath. From close range, the attack hit its mark as Dragonite screamed in pain, and oh. Dragonite, are you alright? It was still not willing to give up yet. But for how long could it endure? That was the question. Then, use Thunder. Lance tried to lay a trap, used Dragon Rush. Serena called the move as her Pokemon took the Thunder and kept moving forward. Use Ice Beam now. Counter it with Dragon Breath. The Dragon Breath negated the attack. Use Wing Attack. This time Lance tried to land a physical attack. Altaria, Dragon Rush. As the Pokemon were close, Lance changed his instruction. Ice Beam, use Dragon Breath and keep moving. Serena again had read her opponent's strategy perfectly and was ready for her own. Dodge and Moonblast. Mega Altaria cancelled its Dragon Breath and launched the Fairy-type move, Dragonite. Use Ice Beam on it. Dragonite managed to keep it from hitting its body but was not ready for the next attack, Dazzling Gleam. The Fairy-type move adversely affected Dragonite, who was on the verge of collapsing. Come on, Dragonite. You can do it. Lance motivated his Pokemon, Moonblast again. Serena was not giving it time to recover as her Pokemon launched another attack. Block it with Thunder. The Thunder blocked the incoming attack, but even before the two moves collided, she had called out the next attack, Dazzling Gleam. Dodge it, Dragonite. Dragonite tried to dodge it but could not in time as the super effective attack was too much for it to handle as it fainted. Dragonite is unable to battle. Altaria wins. As Lance has lost all his Pokemon, the winner of the match is Serena. The referee announced as the crowd went bonkers. The trainers thanked their Pokemon and returned them to their Pokeballs as they moved to the center of the battlefield. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first finalist, and it is none other than the Kalos Queen, Serena Ketchum. Both trainers were ruthless in the battle, but at the end, it was Serena who went through to the final round. Throughout the battle, it was impossible to tell who would win the match, with both trainers going almost neck to neck with each other. Hard luck to Lance, who fought brilliantly but was just not enough against the Kalos Queen, Serena, as the match ended 6-4. With the loss of Lance, it is now confirmed that we will have a new Pokemon Master at the end of the tournament. Who will it be? Up next, we have the second semifinal, the battle between the former Sinnoh champion and current Elite Four Cynthia and the champion of the 6 regions, Ash. It is going to be one of the most exciting battles. So, stay tuned and enjoy the battle. The commentator announced. Both the trainers shook their hands and waved towards the crowd, who had enjoyed the match thoroughly. They then went inside to meet their friends at the Pokemon Center and give their Pokemon for healing. They had a couple of hours before the next battle started. The group went to the cafeteria where they had lunch and sat talking until it was time for the match between Cynthia and Ash. On the red side, we have the trainer of the league, as well as the championship in Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, and Kalos, claiming the title of champion of 6 regions, Ash. Facing him today in this high-profile match, on the green side, the runner-up of this tournament 10 years ago, the Elite Four and former champion of Sinnoh, Cynthia. Will Cynthia reach the finals once again? Or will Ash justify his number 1 seeding and title of champion? It is going to be a thrilling match to decide our other finalists. So, stick to your seats and screen, people, and enjoy the battle. The commentator announced, this match is going to be between Cynthia and Ash. It will be a 6-on-6 battle with substitutions allowed at all times. The trainer to lose 6 Pokemon first will be out of the tournament. In case of a draw, the trainers will battle in a one-on-one contest style match. The randomizer will now choose the trainer to send their Pokemon first. The referee announced the rules. The computer screen showed the green side trainer to reveal the first Pokemon. The randomizer chose the green side, so Cynthia will choose the first Pokemon. Roserade, it's time for your appearance. Cynthia called her first Pokemon, my friend, get ready for the battle. Ash revealed his first Pokemon. Roserade, it's time for your appearance. Cynthia called her first Pokemon, my friend, get ready for the battle. Ash revealed his first Pokemon, Shiny Absol. Instead of the normal blue color, Ash's Absol was red. The crowd was in awe as most of the people were seeing a shiny Absol for the first time in real life. Let the battle begin. The referee announced, Roserade, use Leaf Storm. Cynthia called the first attack of the match. Absol, use Dark Pulse to counter. The Dark Pulse was able to negate the incoming Leaf Storm. Use Power Whip. Roserade used the move on its target, dodge it and use Sucker Punch. Roserade was fast, but Absol was faster as it dodged the move and went for the attack. Use Poison Jab. The Sucker Punch hit its mark as Cynthia called the next move, Sucker Punch. As the Poison Jab hit its target, Ash called the Dark-type move again, which landed perfectly. Roserade, use Power Whip once more. Roserade had taken 2 physical attacks as Cynthia called the Power Whip once more, dodge and use Sucker Punch. Ash told his Pokemon, the same strategy doesn't work twice, Ash. Roserade, Pin Missile. Cynthia called the super effective move. Use Psycho Cut. Absol had already gained momentum for its attack and dodging would not be probable. Ash realized this and decided to attack. The 2 Pokemon took damage from their opponent's move as they winced in pain. Now Absol, use Sucker Punch. Absol recovered before Roserade as Ash called the attack, use Poison Jab. The 2 Pokemon made contact with their attacks. But Ash was not finished yet. Psycho Cut. The super effective move landed bang on its target as Roserade screamed in pain. Roserade, do you want to continue? Roserade nodded its head and got hold of itself as Cynthia called the next attack. Use Pin Missile, block it with Dark Pulse. The Dark Pulse blocked the incoming attack. Use Leaf Storm, use Dark Pulse. Once again, the 2 moves cancel out each other. Now, use Poison Jab. Cynthia called the next move a dodge and use Psycho Cut. Absol managed to dodge the Poison Jab and landed its attack. Roserade used Dazzling Gleam. Just before the Psycho Cut hit it, Roserade launched the Fairy-type move. Both Pokemon were hit by the super effective attacks as they both grimaced in pain. Absol was the first to recover as Ash didn't lose a moment to call the next attack. Good job, Absol. Now use Sucker Punch. The move landed on its target, but by this time, Roserade was also standing. Use Pin Missile, block it with Dark Pulse. The 2 attacks were once again countered mid-air. Use Poison Jab. Cynthia called the next move as Roserade went close to Absol to land the attack. Fire Blast. Ash called the trump card move of his Pokemon. Roserade dodge it. Roserade barely managed to get out of the way as Cynthia called the next move of her Pokemon. Use Dazzling Gleam, dodge it with Sucker Punch. Absol just dodged the incoming attack and went in to land the attack of its own. Use Power Whip to stop it. Absol had almost reached its opponent as the Power Whip tried to stop it in its tracks. Take it in Fire Blast again. Absol took the Power Whip and perfectly landed the Fire Blast on its target. Roserade was covered in flames as it screamed with pain before falling on the ground and fainting. Roserade is unable to battle. Absol wins. The referee announced, you did a great job, Roserade. Thank you. Now take some nice rest. Cynthia thanked her Pokemon as she returned it to its Pokeball. Alright, here is my next Pokemon. Come on out, Electros. Cynthia brought out her next Pokemon. Absol, use Dark Pulse. Ash didn't waste time to call the first attack. As soon as the referee announced the battle to start, Electros, counter it with Thunder. Electros blocked the attack successfully. Use Sucker Punch. Absol used its next attack, Toxic. Electros used the next move as soon as the Sucker Punch hit its target, dodge it. Absol just managed to dodge the move as Ash called the next move. Good, now use Fire Blast, block with Zap Cannon. The 2 attacks collided mid-air to create an explosion. Sucker Punch, once more. Ash used the explosion to call his next move, hit back with Dragon Claw. Electros landed its attack this time, Psycho Cut. Absol used another physical attack, Take It in Toxic, again. Cynthia instructed to take the attack as Electros used Toxic again. This time, the poison-type move landed on its target. Absol was going to lose some energy every turn now. So, Ash decided to go offensive as Absol could not survive for a long time. Absol, let's end this quickly. Use Sucker Punch. The attack hit again, but Cynthia was ready for the counterattack. Now, use Brick Break, dodge at Absol. The Brick Break landed on Absol before it could dodge. Are you alright? Ash asked as Absol stood slowly and nodded. Electros, use Thunder. Cynthia called the next attack, dodge it, and use Sucker Punch. Absol dodged and landed the Sucker Punch on its opponent, Brick Break, once more. The Brick Break was about to hit its target when Ash called the next move, Superpower. The two fighting type attacks hit their respective targets. Absol took a lot of damage, but Electros had also taken some damage after being hit by multiple attacks. Use Zap Cannon, use Fire Blast. The Fire Blast blocked the Zap Cannon successfully, but Absol's legs were giving up due to the effects of the Toxic. Both trainers realized this as Cynthia called the next move, End This with Brick Break. Ash knew Absol was in no condition to dodge and probably this attack could end the battle. So instead, he counterattacked in hopes of landing one last attack to weaken his opponent's Pokemon, Sucker Punch, Absol. Absol knew it was its last attack and gave it all as the two moves landed on either Pokemon. Electros took some more damage as it took the attack head-on. However, as expected, Absol fainted from the effects of Toxic and the super effective move, Absol is unable to battle. Electros wins. The referee announced, "You were fantastic, Absol. You deserve a long rest." "Thank you, my friend." Ash returned Absol to its Pokeball. He looked at Cynthia and said smiling, "That was a great battle, Cynthia. But I am just getting warmed up, me too." "Bring it on," she replied. "Gengar, it's your turn now." Ash called out to his Ghost Poison-type Pokemon Electros, used Dragon Claw. Cynthia called the first move this time, Gengar, Shadow Punch. The Shadow Punch landed on Electros before it could land its attack on Gengar. The Dragon Claw also hit its target but wasn't very effective as Electros felt the pain from the Shadow Claw that had just landed on its body. Use Zap Cannon. Electros used the next attack, dodge, and used Shadow Punch. Gengar dodged the attack with ease and landed another Shadow Punch. Use Thunder. Cynthia told her Pokemon to use the electric type attack, dodge, and use Shadow Punch once more. Once again, Gengar dodged the incoming attack and landed another Shadow Claw. Cynthia was now getting annoyed. She decided on using another strategy. Alright, Electros, use Dragon Claw once more, use Ice Punch. The two attacks landed on their respective targets as Cynthia called the next move, Now, Crunch. Gengar tried to dodge it but was not completely successful as the super effective attack hit a small part of its body. Gengar, use Double Team. Ash decided to up the ante, use Thunder on all of them. Electros used Thunder to get rid of all the fake copies of Gengar. Now, Nightshade. Gengar, using the Double Team to its advantage, successfully landed the Nightshade on its opponent. Electros took some more damage but got rid of the Double Team. Electros used Crunch. Electros went in to land the super effective attack, Double Team and Nightshade. Ash used the same strategy as the Nightshade hit Cynthia's Pokemon who took more damage this time. Electros used Thunder all over, used Shadow Punch. Once more, the Ghost-type move landed on its target perfectly, used Dragon Claw. Cynthia called the next move as nothing was working in her favor. Gengar, use Ice Punch. The two attacks landed on each other. Gengar took a little damage but Electros was getting tired with every move. Use Zap Cannon. Cynthia was trying to figure a way out, dodge and use Sludge Bomb. Gengar dodged the attack and launched its Sludge Bomb, dodge at Electros and use Thunder. Electros just managed to dodge the attack as Cynthia called the next attack, Double Team and Nightshade. Gengar landed the Nightshade on its opponent but could not dodge in time as the attack was bang on target. Electros was still trying its best to continue in the battle. However, before either trainer could say anything, Electros fainted. Electros is unable to battle. Gengar is the winner. The referee announced. Cynthia thanked Electros and returned it to its Pokeball. She then brought out her next Pokemon on the battlefield. Spiritomb, it's time to battle. The Ghost Dark-type Pokemon appeared. Gengar was at a massive disadvantage, but Ash wanted to keep it on the field because of a reason. Gengar, we will not back down. Use Shadow Punch. Ash said as he called the first attack. Spiritomb, use Ominous Wind. Cynthia called the first move of her Pokemon. Use Double Team and Nightshade on Spiritomb. Gengar used Double Team and then launched the Nightshade towards its opponent. Spin and use Dark Pulse. Spiritomb spun around itself and formed a counter shield to protect from the Nightshade. Ash saw this and smiled. Cynthia was using the same tactics that he had used in his battles all those years ago. He knew how to counter this. Use Shadow Punch. He called the next attack which landed on its target. Now, use Shadow Ball. Spiritomb sent a Shadow Ball towards its target. Use Nightshade to block it. The Nightshade blocked the incoming move. Spiritomb, let's get closer. Use Foul Play. Cynthia tried to get in close to land an attack. Use Double Team and Ice Punch. Ash was ready for it and called out his next move. Use Ominous Wind all around. As Gengar got close enough to her Pokemon, Cynthia called out the attack. Spiritomb spun and used the Ghost-type move to counter. Gengar, who was too close to its opponent, was hit by the attack and winced in pain due to the super effective move. However, it was quick to recover. Gengar, use Shadow Punch. The Shadow Punch hit its mark. Use Shadow Ball Rapid Fire. Cynthia had called her attack at the same time. A barrage of Shadow Balls went towards Gengar. Double Team and Nightshade on all of them. Gengar was getting rid of the Shadow Balls when Cynthia called the next move. Use Ominous Wind, full power. Once again, Spiritomb spun and used Ominous Wind all over the battlefield. Gengar was once again caught in the wind. Gengar, use Shadow Punch. Ash called the counter move immediately as Gengar landed the move on its opponent and the attack stopped. Spiritomb, use Foul Play. Spiritomb went forward to land the attack. But there was a reason why Ash had chosen to keep battling with Gengar, as he used his trump card, Dazzling Gleam. Gengar used the Fairy-type attack. Spiritomb, dodge it. Spiritomb was not fast enough to dodge the attack as it flinched in pain. Now, use Nightshade. Ash took advantage of the situation to call the next move. Use Dark Pulse. The Dark Pulse blocked the incoming attack. Use Ice Punch. Gengar moved forward to land the physical attack. Use Shadow Ball. As Gengar got close, Cynthia called the next move. Use Dazzling Gleam. Gengar was in no position to dodge, so Ash called the super effective attack. Use Ominous Wind. Spiritomb used the move to form a counter shield against the incoming attack. Gengar had taken too much damage as the Ominous Wind shielded against the light of the Dazzling Gleam up to some extent. Gengar, use Dazzling Gleam again. This time the attack was able to keep the Ominous Wind away from Gengar and managed to cause damage to Spiritomb. Now, use Foul Play. Spiritomb went forward to land the attack. Use Nightshade. Gengar used the counter move, E-Dodge and Dark Pulse. Spiritomb dodged the incoming attack and landed the Dark Pulse on its opponent. Gengar went down but had not fainted yet as it was trying to get up. Cynthia, however, didn't have this opportunity and called the next move. Spiritomb finished this with Hyper Beam. Before Gengar could dodge, the high-power attack landed on its target. Gengar could no longer get up. Gengar is unable to battle. Spiritomb wins. The referee announced. The battle was going neck to neck as the scoreline was now 2-2. Gengar, thank you so much. You were great out there. Take a good rest now. Alright, this battle is getting interesting, but let's see how you handle this. Tyranitar, come on out. Ash brought out one of his most powerful Pokemon. It was the same Pokemon that had traveled with Ash in the Johto region when it was a Larvitar. This time Ash caught it as a Pupitar when he was traveling through Johto with Serena. It was a very happy reunion, but Ash was not done yet. I know you are not holding back, so I am not going to hold back either. Tyranitar, let's show them the power of our bond. Mega Evolve the Spiritomb, let's attack. Use Dark Pulse. Cynthia called the first attack as Tyranitar Mega Evolved. Tyranitar used Dark Pulse. Ash called the same move to counter, but the difference in the power of the two Pokemon became evident when Mega Tyranitar's attack started pushing back Spiritomb. Use Foul Play. Spiritomb moves towards its opponent. Use Dragon Claw. Mega Tyranitar was ready to hit back as soon as Spiritomb came within its range. Now, use Water Pulse. Spiritomb let go of the Foul Play and landed the Water-type attack. Mega Tyranitar flinched a little due to the super effective attack, but then shrugged it off. That was good, but you have to do better. Ash smiled as he appreciated his opponent's strategy, but Mega Tyranitar had an exceptional defense even against Water-type moves. Tyranitar used Stone Edge. The Stone Edge hit Spiritomb before it could dodge as it was too close to its opponent. Use Shadow Ball. Cynthia called the next attack. Take it and use Dragon Claw. The Shadow Ball did negligible damage to Mega Tyranitar, who landed the Dragon Claw on its target this time. Use Water Pulse. Spiritomb winced in pain as it took the Dragon Claw but immediately used Water Pulse. Take it and use Crunch. Mega Tyranitar took the attack as it flinched a little but managed to land the Dark-type move Spiritomb. Use Water Pulse again. Spiritomb sent another ball of water towards Tyranitar. Block it with Dragon Claw. Mega Tyranitar blocked the attack in time. Use Hyper Beam now. Cynthia called the powerful attack. Again, block with Dragon Claw. The normal type move was not effective on Mega Tyranitar as it blocked the attack with ease. Ash used the moment to land another attack as Spiritomb was almost out of energy. Use Dragon Claw again. Use Water Pulse again. Spiritomb somehow managed to launch another Water Pulse as Mega Tyranitar landed the move. Take it and use Stone Edge. Once again Mega Tyranitar took the attack while successfully landing its attack on its opponent. Dodge at Spiritomb. Spiritomb was unable to dodge in time. By now, it had taken a lot of damage from battling the two Pokemon. Dragon Claw. Ash called the next move. Use Water Pulse. Cynthia countered, dodge and land the Dragon Claw. Mega Tyranitar dodged the attack this time and landed the Dragon Claw on Spiritomb. Spiritomb, get up. Cynthia panicked. Finish this with high horsepower. Perfect hit. Spiritomb thumped onto the ground as the attack hit its body and fainted. Spiritomb is unable to battle. The winner of this round is Tyranitar. The referee announced, "You did a great job, Spiritomb. Take a good rest now." Cynthia thanked her Pokemon and returned it to its Pokeball as she called her next Pokemon to the battlefield. Glacian, come out to battle. You were great, Tyranitar. Take some rest now. I might call you again later. Ash recalled Tyranitar and sent out his next Pokemon. Drapion, it's time to battle Glacian. Use Ice Beam. Cynthia called the first attack. Dodge it and use X-Scissor. Drapion dodged the move and used X-Scissor. Block it with Iron Tail. The Iron Tail blocked the attack successfully. Now, use Cross Poison. Ash called the next move. Again, Iron Tail to block it. Glacian blocked the attack again. Use Venoshock. Drapion used its Poison-type move, Dodge, and use Blizzard. Glacian dodged the Venoshock and launched a Blizzard with full power. Drapion, use your tail to hold onto the ground and use Venoshock. The Blizzard was very powerful, but Drapion held onto the ground. It took some damage and used Venoshock on Glacian. Glacian, dodge it and use Hyper Voice. Glacian dodged again and used the sound-based move that caused Drapion to take some more damage. Use Cross Poison. Drapion went in to land its attack. Use Iron Tail to block. Again, Glacian readied itself to block the attack. Grab it and use Throat Chop. Drapion grabbed Glacian with its claw instead of using the Cross Poison as it landed the Throat Chop perfectly on its opponent. Glacian fell on the ground wincing in pain. It wouldn't be able to use Hyper Voice for some time. As Glacian stood, Ash called the next attack. Now, use Cross Poison. Again, use Signal Beam. Cynthia called the attack to stop Drapion in its tracks. Take it and land the Cross Poison. Drapion took the attack and landed the Cross Poison on its target. But it did not come out of it unscathed. Glacian, are you alright? Cynthia asked, worried as Glacian was in a lot of pain. But as soon as it recovered, she called the next attack. Now, use Blizzard. Again, use your tail to hold onto the ground. Drapion once again rooted itself to the battlefield. Use Dig. Glacian dug a hole and went into the ground. Drapion heads up. Glacian could come from anywhere. Drapion was trying to sense Glacian when it came out just below it, landing a super effective blow. Use Ice Beam. Cynthia called the next attack as Drapion was recovering from the attack. Take it and use Throat Chop. This time Drapion took it and landed a Throat Chop again. Glacian, use Dig. Glacian used the move once more. Drapion, land your tail on the ground to lift yourself from the ground. Just as Glacian was about to appear, Drapion used its tail and lifted itself to avoid the ground-type move. Alright, use Iron Tail. Glacian used Iron Tail on his opponent, block it with Throat Chop. Drapion blocked the Iron Tail with one claw, but its other claw was free as Ash called the next attack. Now, break. Glacian. No! Cynthia shouted in panic as Glacian took the full blow from the super effective attack. Use break once more, stop it with Blizzard. Glacian used Blizzard with whatever power was left in it. Take it and land the break. Drapion took some damage from the Blizzard but went in to land the move. Dodge it, Glacian. Glacian tried to dodge it but Ash didn't let it to as he gave his next instructions to Drapion. Grab it and break again. Drapion grabbed Glacian with one of its claws and landed the break perfectly. Glacian could stand no more as it fainted. Glacian is unable to battle. Drapion wins this round. The referee declared. Cynthia had now lost 4 Pokemon as opposed to Ash's 2. Glacian, you were great as usual. Have a nice rest now. Cynthia thanked and returned Glacian as she revealed her 5th Pokemon. It's time to battle Gastrodon. Cynthia revealed her 5th Pokemon. Drapion, you have done well. Take some rest. I might need you later. Ash recalled Drapion and sent out his next Pokemon, his first fully evolved pseudo-legendary, Gastrodon. Use Stone Edge. Cynthia called the first move, counter it with Breaking Swipe. Ash countered as the Breaking Swipe broke through the Stone Edge with ease. Use Earth Power. Gastrodon used the move as the ground cracked and glowed yellow. Dodge it and use Dragon Pulse. Ash called the attack as his Pokemon dodged and launched its Dragon Pulse. Block it with Muddy Water. Muddy Water successfully countered the incoming attack. Use Dragon Pulse once more. Dodge it and use Bulldoze. This time, Gastrodon dodged the move and went in for its attack. Goodra, use Focus Punch. Both the attacks landed on their respective targets, but the difference in their power levels was evident as Gastrodon was pushed back. However, both Pokemon took damage from the attacks. Use Earth Power. Gastrodon used the ground-type attack again. Use Breaking Swipe once more. Goodra countered with the Dragon-type move as both Pokemon took damage from the attacks. Gastrodon's attack power also fell. Ice Beam. Cynthia called the next attack as both the Pokemon were close to each other. Dodge it. Goodra managed to dodge it just in the nick of time. Use Stone Edge. Use Breaking Swipe. Ash called the counter as the move once again broke through the Stone Edge. Now, use Ice Beam. Cynthia called the Ice-type move again. Bide. Ash was ready for the Ice Beam this time as he called the next attack. Goodra took the attack, building up its energy. Gastrodon, use Ice Beam again. We need to win this before it can attack. Cynthia instructed her Pokemon as it used the super effective attack again. Take it. Goodra had a very high defensive strength as it took damage from the attack but still looked unfazed. Ice Beam once more. Cynthia knew they had to end the battle because if Goodra managed to withstand the attacks, then it would be destructive for Gastrodon. You are doing great, Goodra. Just a little more. Ash encouraged his Pokemon who was feeling the effects of the super effective attack. Gastrodon, use Ice Beam again. Unleash now. Just as Cynthia called the Ice Beam for the 4th time in a row, Goodra fired back at twice the power. It overcame the incoming Ice Beam and landed on its target before Cynthia could give any command. Gastrodon fell on the ground. Get up, Gastrodon. With a lot of difficulties, Gastrodon managed to get up. Use Focus Punch. Ash didn't waste a moment before calling the next attack. Use Ice Beam. Cynthia called the move to counter. Dodge and Power Whip. Goodra managed to dodge it as Ash was expecting the Ice-type move. Dodge it, Gastrodon. Gastrodon didn't have enough energy and speed to dodge the incoming super effective Grass-type move. The attack hit its target as Gastrodon fainted. Gastrodon is unable to battle. Goodra is the winner. The referee announced, "You did a great job, Gastrodon. Take a nice rest now." Cynthia thanked her Pokemon and returned it to its Pokeball as she let out her last Pokemon. You know who my next Pokemon is going to be, Ash. Garchomp, it's time to battle, take a good rest Gudra. You were awesome as usual. Ash recalled his Pokemon and sent his last Pokemon. You also who is going to face your Garchomp. Cynthia. Come on out, my dear friend, I was waiting for this, Cynthia said smiling. I know. Me too. But it's not going to end up in a draw this time, replied Ash, returning her smile. Yes, because I am winning this, Cynthia said with determination. Well, we will see about that, Ash replied with a smirk. Then I am going to use our full power from the start. Garchomp, with the strength of our bond, Mega Evolve, I am not going to hold back either. Let's show them the power of our bond, my friend. Charizard, Mega Evolve, Garchomp, begin with Dragon Claw. Cynthia started the battle. Charizard, block it with Dragon Tail. The Dragon Tail blocked the Dragon Claw, but both Pokemon took a little damage from the super effective attacks. Now, use Brick Break. Mega Garchomp went for the fighting type move, block it with Wing Attack. Mega Charizard X blocked the incoming attack, use Stone Edge. Cynthia called another move that was super effective on Mega Charizard X, break it with Steel Wing. Mega Charizard X broke through the Stone Edge with ease, use Dragon Claw. Mega Garchomp moved towards its opponent to land the attack, Dragon Tail to block. Ash called the move as his Pokemon blocked the attack as both Pokemon took some damage again. Garchomp, use Flamethrower. Cynthia called the next attack. Charizard, show them your Flamethrower. Ash said as Mega Charizard X unleashed its Flamethrower which pushed back Mega Garchomp's Flamethrower. Use Dig. Mega Garchomp dug a hole and went into the ground, Steel Wing on the ground. Mega Charizard X hit the ground with Steel Wing as Mega Garchomp was forced to come out, wincing in pain. Dragon Rush. Cynthia called the attack as both Pokemon were close to each other, dodge and Dragon Breath. Mega Charizard X was agile enough to just dodge the attack. Furthermore, the Dragon Breath hit the back of Mega Garchomp who grimaced due to the pain. Now, use Stone Edge. But Cynthia knew she could not slack off against Ash as she called the next move, again, break it with Steel Wing. Once again, the Stone Edge was broken, use Dragon Claw again. Cynthia called the move again. Dragon Tail once more. The same result, the attacks were blocked with both Pokemon taking some damage. But this time, Cynthia did something more, use Dragon Claw with the other hand. Ash wasn't ready for the second Dragon Claw as it landed on Mega Charizard X who flinched a bit. Good strategy. I did not see that coming, but now it's our turn. Charizard, use Wing Attack, Ash said as his Pokemon went in for the attack, use Brick Break. Mega Garchomp blocked the incoming attack, catch it. Mega Charizard X caught its opponent and used the next move. Now, Dragon Breath. The attack couldn't have been more accurate as Mega Garchomp screamed in pain, but it was still willing to continue the battle. Garchomp, get out of there, Cynthia exclaimed. She then called the next attack, use Flamethrower to get out of its grip. Charizard, fly up and use Seismic Toss. Mega Charizard X took the Flamethrower and flew up and executed the Seismic Toss. Garchomp used Dragon Claw on the ground. Just as Mega Garchomp was about to hit the ground, Cynthia called the move due to which it was able to reduce taking some damage, use Dragon Tail. Ash called the next move, use Dragon Claw. Mega Garchomp had to use both its limbs this time to block the incoming attack. Now, Wing Attack. Mega Charizard X used the attack again, block it with Brick Break. Mega Garchomp was able to block it but its weakness was visible. Dragon Breath, dodge it with Dig. Mega Garchomp managed to dodge the attack and once more went into the ground, use Steel Wing on the ground. Ash used the same strategy but Cynthia was ready for it this time, do it now. Mega Garchomp came out of the ground using Dragon Rush and headed towards Mega Charizard X, block with Dragon Tail. Ash was also counting on some like this as he called the next move to block it, use Dragon Claw again. Cynthia called the next move, block it with Steel Wing. The two Pokemon blocked each other's attacks as Ash called the next one, Dragon Breath, dodge it Garchomp. Mega Garchomp almost dodged it as some part of its limbs suffered damage. But Cynthia called the next attack without sitting idle. Use Dragon Rush once more, fly up with full speed. Mega Charizard X flew up as instructed by its trainer, follow it, Garchomp. Mega Garchomp floated as it flew up too. Charizard, now fly down and hit with Dragon Tail, Ash instructed as the two attacks landed on each other's target. Mega Charizard X took less damage as it was attacked against gravity. Catch it, Ash told his Pokemon to catch its opponent, don't let it Garchomp. Dodge and use Stone Edge. Mega Garchomp managed to slip through and used another Stone Edge, break it with Steel Wing. The Stone Edge did have some effect this time as Charizard took some damage. Now, use all your power, Giga Impact. Cynthia knew her Pokemon would not be able to go on and decided to use all the strength to land one attack. Let's end this Charizard. Giga Impact. Ash's Pokemon used the same move as both attacks landed on each other. Both Pokemon took a lot of damage from this attack. The Pokemon were standing looking at each other. After a few seconds, Mega Garchomp fainted and reverted to its original form. Garchomp is unable to battle. Charizard wins. As Cynthia has lost all her Pokemon, the winner of the match is Ash. The referee declared. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our second finalist of the Masters Victory Tournament. It is our champion Ash Ketchum. What a battle we just witnessed. Absolutely one of the best of the tournament so far. Both trainers gave it their all, but, in the end, it was Ash who prevailed in the battle between two of the best trainers in the world. Once again, the scoreline of 6-2 doesn't tell the whole story as the battle was much closer. Cynthia came up with some great surprises, but our champion was able to handle them quite well. At one stage it was going all even with both trainers losing 2 Pokemon each, but then Ash shifted the gears to take another unprecedented victory. That means the finals of this decade's Masters Victory Tournament will feature the Ketchum couple, Serena and Ash. Who will take the victory along with the title of Pokemon Master? We will know it all tomorrow at this very place at 3 in the afternoon. So, stay tuned to witness history in the making. That is all for today from my side. See you tomorrow, folks. Take care and good night. The commentator announced. Ash and Cynthia returned their respective Pokemon, thanking them for the wonderful battle. Both walked to the center of the battlefield to shake hands as Cynthia congratulated Ash. They waved towards the crowd to thank them for their support and made their way to the Pokemon Center to heal their Pokemon. All their friends were waiting to congratulate both the trainers on the amazing battle. They congratulated Ash on making it to the finals. A lot of other people also came to congratulate Ash and Serena on making it to the finals, including their old rivals and friends from the time Ash traveled through different regions the first time, the gym leaders, Elite Fours, Frontier Brains, and many new trainers. Many reporters wanted to interview the couple who would be facing each other in the finals. They tried their best to get away from the reporters while promising their acquaintances to meet them the next day. The group of friends went to Ash and Serena's suite to have some breathing space. They ordered their dinner and had fun talking to each other before they made their way to their respective rooms, leaving the couple to rest for the next day's final. Ash and Serena's suite. It's weird, you know, Ash started the conversation once they got into their bed, that we are facing each other in the finals? We always discussed it as a possibility, Serena replied. I know, and we have battled each other more times than we can count, but this time it is different. One will win and the other will lose. I don't know if it will make me happy or sad. Serena held his hands and said, listen to me, Ash, at the end of the day, it is going to be one of us. So, think about it, does it matter who wins tomorrow? We have always celebrated each other's achievements and tried to get better with our mistakes. Whoever wins, I think we can safely say that it is already a victory for both of us. We have come so far. Don't put these thoughts in your head now, you are right as always. It is already a victory for us. I still can't believe sometimes that we have come such a long way. I know there have been lots of ups and downs, but I don't think I would trade it for anything, me neither. It has been an amazing journey so far with you, Ash. But tomorrow will just be the start of another chapter of our lives. And I am going to give it my all, Serena said, grinning. I would not expect anything less as I am going all out. Thank you again, Serena. I really would not have survived, let alone come this far, had it not been you. I don't know what I would have done, Ash replied with a smile. Thankfully, you don't have to know that because I am with you till the end of the line. I love you, Serena. Good night, Ash. I love you too. They kissed and slept thinking about their journey and the next day's match. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. If you want more, like this video, hit that notification bell, and maybe even give a comment on your thoughts on the video. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next part.